Some teams are a team of destiny. We see it through March Madness, where they used to call these teams Cinderellas. You see it in NFL if a wild card team wins the championship. You see it in baseball if a team gets hot. You see it in basketball if the team gets hot. And that team right now is the Indiana Pacers. I saw it firsthand when they beat my Cavs. And as much as I love my Cavs, and they were the number one team in the East from start to finish in the regular season, they have problems with two types of teams. They have problems with teams that were super athletic and super fast, and they had problems with teams that was very physical. Indiana had both. And when I saw that matchup, I said, this is not a good matchup for them at all. So they did to my Cavs. They did the series before to Milwaukee, but you kind of expected the Pacers to beat Milwaukee. But that comeback win versus the Knicks is almost like there is a never die quality with this Pacers team, led by Rick Carlisle. And it's been a long time since Rick Carlisle has won a championship. I think the last championship he only has one, and that was with Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk's only championship with the Mavericks. So it's been a long time. And the fact that he has improved as a coach is just simply amazing. So I would not be surprised if the Pacers take out the Knicks. Now it's still a long series. It still can go seven. It still can go 7 games, and the Knicks are not out of it. The thing that troubles me about the Knicks is that Tibbs, their coach, has not learned for what he did with the Chicago Bulls in that Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler era, where he didn't rely on his bench and he went with the starters. And all seasons I've been hearing about all season is, oh no, Tibbs has changed. Like he uses his bench more. It's like those guys playing for the Knicks are kind of gassed. And even if they beat the Pacers and make it to the finals, they gotta play a super young OKC team and a pretty young Minnesota team. And I don't think the Knicks, even with Jalen Brunson, have a chance against either one of them. Not because of skill level, just because they'll probably be too tired because the starters are playing too many minutes, way too many minutes. So the Pacers got a pretty good shot. So let's say the Pacers get out of the East. I think they can beat OKC. OKC reminds me of when the OKC team with Durant and Westbrook and Harden played the Heat with LeBron and Bosh and Wade. And the difference between those teams were OKC was coming up and it was super young but super athletic, and then you had this veteran team with the Heat with something to prove. And the Heat just took out OKC. And as great as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is, as talented as that team is, led by Sam Presti, the best GM in the NBA, I don't know from a size standpoint. Athletically, they're fine, but I don't know if they're tough enough with those bruisers over with the Pacers. And with Minnesota, I don't think Minnesota has the firepower to deal with the Pacers. I just don't. Even with Ant, I just don't think they have enough. I think they need to work on their bench if that happens. But again, the Knicks could come back and beat them and win the championship and make New York happy. But I don't know, man. I think they'll be out of gas. So what do you think about the Pacers? Do you think they're a team of destiny? Because and the beautiful thing about them is they had no expectations in the playoffs. My Cavs were one. They had the 1 seed. But even then, most analysts thought the 2 seed, the Boston Celtics, would be coming out of the East. And then you got the Knicks because, the New York fans felt like the Knicks could win. So there was really no pressure at all on the Pacers. The Pacers kind of went into the playoffs kind of like nobody's really paying attention to us. And we all forgot that they played in the Eastern Conference Finals last year and they lost to Boston. So they had a chip on their shoulder. It's just that the media and most fans just didn't look at the Pacers that way because at the beginning of the season, the Pacers started off kind of slow. I think in the second half of the season, they had the most wins in the East, but I don't think no one was really paying attention because the Cavs were 1 and Boston was 2. But I don't think no one's paying attention to the Pacers, and now they are. So what do you think? You think the Pacers are a team of destiny, or do you think it's too early for that?